All right, greetings. It's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. And I can report to you that my Smooth, it's this device that you use to stabilize video, you know, when you're making these kinds of videos, is totally pooched. So I'm trying this stick thing, it's like a selfie stick, seeing if that will stabilize this enough. And then also the stabilization mode on the computer that the girls fool around with, if that makes a video that's presentable, because the Smooth is totally pooched and it's not working. But I haven't really made farm videos lately as much as I would like to, and I'm doing something today. It's Monday and I have my work cut out for me today. I'm in the grow area, and over there is, right behind me is the forage radishes that I planted. And they've already bolted. And when I say bolted, I mean, you know, the flowers have come up off the top of them. And when we pull them up, the radish that's on the bottom of them is only about 10 inches long. It looks like a carrot, but when we bite into it, it's woody. All right, so this did not work out in a way that, you know, we could harvest these and take them to, let's say, farmer's market and sell them as daikon radishes. Couldn't do that because they're not edible to human beings right now. I mean, you could eat them if you had to, but you wouldn't enjoy it very much. I mean, they taste okay, but they're woody and not much good. But my customer is over there in field 1, and it's 12 Mangalitsa pigs. So they're not going to mind. And I think they'll just come right in here and mow this down and then dig all those radishes out and eat them. And I had thought maybe I would wait until the radishes were big, but I don't need to, because in field 2 here, I've got field peas. And they didn't do too well either. I don't know what the deal is. The growing season this year is just odd, and they didn't get going. But it's going to be okay because there's still a lot of forage out there for the pigs to eat. So I'll let them in on this field. They'll be in on here for 2-3 weeks before this is bare, maybe a little more. And then I'll move them over here. But while they're gone, out of the pen that they're in now, which is just dirt, I can get in there this afternoon, can plow that to my heart's content and sow it into whatever I want. And I think what I'll probably use is these field radishes again, because they do come up so well. And we've had so much rain this year, and it seems like the water table is just really high. You got to plant what's going to work. Here it is, we're closing on July, and my corn is only about 2 inches high. So I don't know if it's going to be knee high by the 4th of July. But I have about an hour's worth of work to do in here on this fencing system. Where I'm standing now, like where that trailer is, and you can see it's a corridor. And when I pull the gate on the other side of that trailer, it'll allow the pigs into this corridor. And then for field 2, right behind me, I have a gate here that'll let them in here. But I need to build a gate on the end here for field 1. So if I wanted to, I could shut that gate on field 1 and open this one on field 2 and let them in there. So all of this is going to be easy to see when I do move them. And the whole idea is that they'll move onto a field where there's food for them to eat. So when they've totally finished what's on field 3, which they have, as soon as I pull the gate, they're going to rush through it and want to go to someplace else. So this isn't going to be one of those deals where I have to load them in a trailer and move them. All I'm doing is opening and closing gates. That's it. And then their need or their want to eat is what's going to drive them to the area that I want them to be. And the idea here too I'm sure you've caught on to this, is when I grow field forages like this this field of radishes right here, my customer, being those pigs over there, they don't care if there's a worm in one of those radishes. They don't care if the stalks are a little high. They're going to eat it all. They're not picky about what they eat. But let's say that I was growing this and I was having to go through here and harvest all of this and then take it to farmer's market. You know, you would have customers that would pick through it and say, well, there's a worm here, can I get half off? You know, and here I don't have to do any harvesting. They're going to do it all. So I don't have to transport any of this to where the customer is. I'm bringing the customer to the field. So it's more or less a direct feed, and it's very economical. Because if you've ever fed pigs, you know that pigs eat a lot of stuff. And even if you're getting your feed inexpensively or for nothing, you still have to transport to get it. And everything that we can cut off increases the bottom line. So that's kind of what this is about. So it's kind of a neat project. So we have about an hour or two's worth of work out here to get all the electric fence up to speed, everything networked together. And I'll come back online when I'm going to open that fence down there and let everything go. There is one thing that I'm not doing today, and I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it, is I need to have a loader in here. And a loader is a place where you can run the pigs in, close the gate behind them, and then that area is much smaller, and then you can mate up to it with a trailer and then push them out of that area into the trailer. And that's a challenge. You know, you want to have a loader that will accommodate, say, you know, 50-pound pigs and then 300-pound pigs. So that takes a little doing, and I haven't figured that one out yet. I will, I just haven't sat down and thought about it much. I've been thinking about everything else. So this will be good. I'll be glad to have this finally done. It's been a work in progress for a while now, but as we've been building it, we have been using it. You know, we haven't had all the fences exactly where we want them, but we did have the perimeter fence around, and we did have the electric around the inside, so we didn't have any breakouts or anything like that. And we were able to test that perimeter fence to see if it was going to hold. It worked flawlessly. All I will have on this place when this is done will be, well, this is kind of showing off quite a bit here, but this is the main gate right here, right behind me. And if you look at that main gate, it lines up with that corn patch right there. There's 6 rows of corn in there, probably 50 feet long. Then beyond that is the main gate for the sow area. So when you have, let's say there's 4 sows in there and they all have 10 babies apiece, and you want to move them into this grow area, that can be a challenge because you have to catch all of them. But if we had a corridor that went from there to here, and then gates that we could remove if we didn't need them, and we needed to mow through, that would really be nice. It would really be nice. So we keep 2 sows, 4 sows, whatever the case may be, and a boar in that pen, which is way over there, and then their offspring is separated by, you know, 50 yards here, so there's no issues with the babies wanting to get back to their moms because it's too far away. They can't smell them. It's just too far. So that's the long-term plan, but that's a ways out. That'll be that's before the rocking chair, but after the several tanks of fuel that I'm going to run through my fishing boat. All right, so that's going to happen, but not this summer, I can tell you that. Been getting really good about not taking on too many projects and trying to get some of the projects finished before I move on to the next thing, which is a challenge. It really is a challenge. All right, I'm going to sign off for now. We'll come back as soon as we're pulling this gate and letting these animals in so you can see them walk into their new forage field, which is really fun.